Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the biggest fear that most people have when it comes to hanging a heavy picture or a mirror is that the wall anchor won't hold and your precious artwork, print or mirror will come crashing down to the ground. Not good. Bend your knees, people. Bend your knees. Oh, blimey. That was heavy. And to make matters worse, your anxiety levels are heightened even more when you don't have the option of a wall stud to attach your hanging fixture to, which means that you're relying entirely on the strength of a wall anchor that's been attached or fitted to the drywall or plasterboard. Now look, there are all types of wall anchors out there suitable for hanging pictures, mirrors and the like. Some are good and some are absolute rubbish, and it can get a little confusing. So without trying to overwhelm you with all the different options, I just want to show you this one here that I stumbled across the other day that really impressed me. It's suitable for hanging heavy objects like a big picture or a big mirror, and the bonus is that you don't need a drill to install it. All you need is a number 2 Phillips head screwdriver, which most people have, and for the record, this is not a sponsored video. And speaking of heavy things, how's this? A couple of days ago my faithful old dog became really sick, so I had to take the poor old fella to the vet. Yeah, true story. The vet picks him up, studies him for a bit, and finally he comes back and he says, "Look, I'm really sorry, but I think I'm going to have to put the old fella down." With tears running down my face, I was absolutely shocked and I said, "Why? What's wrong with him?" And the vet says, "Nothing major, he's just really heavy." And he had a dicky back as well, so yeah, had to put him down. Just too heavy. Don't whinge. That was the best I could come up with. Don't whinge. G'day folks, Uncle Knackers here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how easy it is to install one of these self-drilling easy anchor heavy duty wall toggles. That was a mouthful. And then put it through its paces to see if in fact it lives up to its weight bearing claim of 20 kilograms or 44 pounds. Now just out of interest and to put it into perspective, 20 kilograms or 44 pounds is pretty heavy. It's the equivalent of a bag of concrete mix or even an elephant's heart. Have you seen one of those suckers? They're huge. And here's the mock-up that I've made for the demonstration. Pretty fancy. And can I just say before we start that you only use a wall anchor in the absence of a wall stud. If you can find a wall stud to attach your hanging fixture to, by all means do that first, as that'll give a far superior hold than just the wall anchor alone. And if you want to know how to easily find a wall stud, I'll leave a link to one of my videos in the card, which should be up over there somewhere, or in the description box down below, so you can check that out later on if you need to. Now before I install the anchor, I want you to pay close attention to the 2 arrows on the head. There's one here and one over there. We want these to finish up on a vertical axis like that, straight up and down, and not a horizontal axis which is side to side. And I'll explain why that's important a bit later on. So all you need to do is to mark where you want the anchor to go, and then with the point, that little bit there, place it on your mark and just give it a little bit of a, push it in a bit like that. And then grab your Phillips head screwdriver and just start clockwise drilling that into the drywall or plasterboard. Now it's really easy, doesn't take much force at all. We'll be through in a second. Just like that. And then just wind the anchor in. It goes in so easy, and just keep on turning so it's nice and firm till those arrows like that are pointing straight up and down. Now if we can just take a closer look at those arrows, you can see that they are straight up and down, which is vertical. That's good, but you'll also see on the side here where it says easy toggle, we want the E on the end of toggle to be facing in the upward direction. And then all you need to do is to get your picture hanging fixture, place a screw that comes with the toggle through the hole and into the wall anchor. Just like that. And this is where the magic happens. As you push that screw in, just like that, it'll engage the lever around the back here, and then all you need to do is to drive that screw in a clockwise direction, and that will bring that lever in until it fits up as tight as a drum up against the back of the drywall or the plasterboard. Now we get that nice and straight, give it a bit of a tighten, and boom. How easy is that? Now remember earlier we spoke about the arrows on the head of the toggle facing up and down. Because we did that, you can see how the lever is now sitting vertically and not horizontally, which makes this stronger in regard to downward pressure. Now I also mentioned how on the word toggle, the letter E needed to be facing upwards with the arrow. Because we did that, the long section of our lever is facing up or on top and not down below, which also makes this stronger in regard to downward pressure. Now one more thing regarding the magical letter E, and that is because it's facing up, if we wanted to remove this toggle, all you need to do is to remove that screw, take it out, that lever will then drop, and then all you need to do is to unscrew the toggle from the wall and you're good to go. Relatively mess free and with minimal fuss. If the E was facing down, that lever wouldn't drop and removing that toggle would be much more difficult. Okay folks, time for the fun stuff, and that's the weight bearing test. And to make it a bit more interesting, I've strategically placed a dozen beautifully fresh free range eggs directly under the weight to soften the impact in case of wall anchor failure. I think it should do the trick, and I've called it my yolk separator. Anyone for an omelette? Let's do it. Okay, let's kick off with a 10 kilogram weight. It's pretty heavy. Righto, here we go. Fingers crossed. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, let's up the ante a bit. Oh, that is heavy. Okay, I'm now upping the ante. We've now got 15 kilograms, and can I just say that in my entire life I've never hung this much weight off a single toggle. There we go. Wish me luck. Can't even get up there. Right, 15 kilos. Check that out. Pretty happy with that. Whew, that's heavy. I think the hook might give way before the anchor does. All right, let's go for 20. Okay, here we go. It says 20 kilograms on the tin. Let's see how true that is. Oh, God, blimey, this is heavy. Righto. Here we go. Woo! Check that out, folks. 20 kilograms. That is not too bad. Whew. I like it. Okay, I want to see some scrambled eggs. Here's 30 kilograms. I can hardly lift it. There we go. Oh, blimey, Charlie. There we go. All right, 30 kilograms. Whew. Check that out. How good's that? That's amazing. Oh, no scrambled eggs though. Disappointing. Righto. I've got to get it off now. Now look, I'm just as disappointed as you are regarding the lack of scrambled eggs. So to rectify that, I think there's only one thing that I can do. Bombs away! Whoops! Would you like some avocado with your eggs? Now that, folks, is one impressive little wall anchor. It's so easy to use and it does exactly what it says on the tin. Now I would have loved to have done this to failure, but unfortunately my puny little arms couldn't lift much more than those 30 kilograms to lug it up on top of that hook. But I reckon after all that, I think that deserves a great tip, knackers! Now if you want to see more videos just like this one, I'm going to leave a link to my how to find a wall stud video, which should be popping up over there just about now. Hope to see you there shortly. Alrighty, after all that, I think I need a cup of tea. So till next time, be good, be safe, and I'm out of here. Cheers.